Waifu time. Oh yeah, look at her. Thankfully my wife has never seen this box. So presumably she will when she watches this. Black Moondrop logo right there. Well, black here. Moondrop logo there. You know what I'm saying. It's such a tight fit. It's a thick, fancy box. They're not in there. You get this. God, the lighting's horrible. You get this guy. It's a nice little polyurethane, faux leather carrying case. It's rigid on the sides. It doesn't, compress. Magnetic clasp. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's not, leather like the Blessings case was, but it's nice in its own way. And you can't see it, but it's felt on the inside, and it, it feels bougie. But, in here, you get another little bag, I guess, for the cable. I don't know. The earphones themselves don't fit that great in this bag. I don't use it. You get little tweezers, some replaceable mesh filter things. I'll probably never use those. This is what the cable came in. You get a whole bunch of tips. Unfortunately, there's no little tip organizer, so you can easily see, which tips are paired together. They just came in a bag, and I don't even know if I got the right ones matched up. They look the same, but all of these kind of look the same. And I'll show you when I'm holding the earphones, but they're a little bit different from Moondrop's other tips. You get one of these things that nobody uses anymore. A little postcard, in case you want people to know you're a fucking loser. And then some other shit that doesn't matter. And here's the earphones. Now, these will look familiar to anybody who has seen the Canas or the Canas Pro, because they're very similar. Bring them on up close. We can focus a little bit. Okay, that's the best we're gonna get. Fucking A. KXXS. Okay, that's a little better. The housing's a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger. It's the same. Oh gosh. 0.78 millimeter 2-pin. A little bit different recess. There's the little vent ports. There's the screen. The tips are good. I do kind of prefer the white tips that came with the Canas and the Blessing and the the others, but they're not bad at all. A little difficult to put on there. This, it doesn't have the lip. It's just like a little shafty piece, but I have no problems with the provided tips sliding off at all. That was kind of an issue on the DM6 that I had. Moving on, the cable. It's a pre-molded ear hook with no little plastic sheath. It's just kind of the cable in that shape. Actually, you know what? There is a little plastic sheath. I honestly thought there wasn't one. Well, I guess I was wrong. Anyway, this is like a 2-core section. It's kind of shiny and pretty. It's all tangled up, for fuck's sake. And where is it? Moondrop Co. And then a 4-core section. It's all pretty, whatever. Straight jack, strainer leafing right there. That's what you get with the Cabell. Build quality is nice. Just as nice as the Canas Pro. You gotta focus. No qualms there. Fits great. Heavy, whatever. Moving on to the sound. The bass on these is really weird. Go ahead and check out my graph. I haven't seen a bass curve quite like these ever. You'll notice that the sub-bass region is pulled up above the whole rest of the bass region. So out of these, you get a shitload of rumble. They shake all around inside your ears, tickle your eardrums. It's quite cool. But they are lacking in that 50 to 100 hertz kind of power region. And the bass just kind of lacks authority for me. And it's really jarring that you get all of that rumble, but it just doesn't have that sound impact to it. I think, they should have, if they're going to raise the bass profile on this, they should have, covered the whole spectrum, kind of kept the same overall curve of the Canas Pro, but they didn't. They did something a little different, and for me, I don't really particularly care for it. It's not that it's bad. Well, it kind of is. I'm picking up distortion on certain bass notes, especially sub-bass heavy stuff, that I do not on other pairs that, cost less. And I don't like it. I just don't really care for it. The mids are a little bit pushed back, noticeably so, compared to the Canas Pro, especially. These are a little bit brighter and they have that sub-bass emphasis, and yet they lack that kind of power section of the bass region. And overall, these sound kind of lopsided. The mids sound just a little bit more pushed back. The treble, they brightened it up in certain areas just a little bit. And overall, it just doesn't sound very well balanced to me. Again, it's not that these are bad. It's just that I'm coming fresh off the Canas Pro that I think are pretty much perfect. And I'm just, I did A-B comparison between these and the Canas Pro, and I really don't feel like these are an appropriate successor to those. I know they wanted to try something different. Essentially, it's the same driver, the same diamond-like whatever the hell driver, who gives a shit, in a slightly revised housing to change the overall tuning profile, and I don't think that it worked out very well. Soundstage Imaging and instrument separation are all above average. No real improvement over the Canas Pro. Pretty much the same. Soundstage might be a little tiny bit wider, but when you have a busy track with sub bass, these kind of lose their instrument separation just because there's a little bit too much sub bass, I think. Anyway, these are kind of disappointing. I mean, for the price they're asking for them and the performance that you get, especially with the how good the outgoing model is. Yeah, I don't know. If you're looking for something Harman tuned, there's probably better stuff out there in this price range. Not that I've personally listened to, so I can't exactly vouch for other stuff. But I don't think these are the way to go, unfortunately. But yeah, whatever. Peace out.